What's up, everybody? Thank you for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen Mentality. I'm your girl, Miss Terrell. Be sure that you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when we have our latest tea talks. So today I want to talk about growing. So get your water, get your wine, whatever it is that you're sipping on, make sure you have it beside you. I want to talk about growth, growing, maturing, developing, all those good things today because, sitting around family and real friends will actually allow you to see what it is that you've been missing just by someone's actions. You feel me? Your actions and your words are pretty much what allows folks to have some type of strategic understanding about how you're going to move. How you're going to move tells them how it is that they have to set themselves up to see how life plays out with a situationship between you and another person. Okay, so it's very interesting and very important that we have this tea talk because I don't care if it's friend, foe, chick, or child. All adults can have a relationship. Whether you don't like someone, that's a relationship. You got to have an emotion. You have to have some type of string attached, some type of tie attached, some type of soul tie attached for you to feel something for someone so much so that it moves you. Now, how you want to move once you feel it, that's what we need to talk about and elaborate on because, see, we need to understand how to go to grow. Go to grow. Bye. Understand. You're not going to finish with what you started with. That goes for people, places, things. You're not going to be in the same place unless you allow yourself to. And if that is the case, then maybe I need to do a video about that. Good point, y'all. However, we need to talk about when your feet is not in quicksand, how are you going to maneuver? Again, it goes back to basketball. There's a play that needs to be executed against the opposite team. They don't know too much of what we're going to do, being life itself, but you already have a plan set up for you to get the victory. That's between you and the good old Lord. So, with you understanding the dynamics that are in front of you, and the factors that you have, you choose and you select and you decide to make a reason for you to do the things that you do. So understand, to grow, that also means you have to be strong enough to let things go. Out of sight, out of mind. One thing I learned in school is, maybe this should be the first one. Not everybody deserves your forgiveness. Sometimes forgiveness is time. Sometimes forgiveness is distance. Sometimes forgiveness is not talking to them. Hell. But you don't always have to flat out feel like someone deserves an apology at the end of the day if they did you wrong. You feel me? Like, that's manipulation at its best. Deceitfulness at its finest. Narcissism all over the place. You feel me? Sometimes you got to allow life to sort out what you deem to be forgiveness. Because if you're sitting there crying, boo-hooing about what you've been through or whatever, but yet this person comes back, no, you don't owe them anything. Were they there when you were crying about them, for them? No, they were out here doing whatever they were doing. And understanding that, number two, when you go on to grow, while you sitting here worrying about what Tom, Dick, Adam, Steve, and Eve, and Harry did in the bushes and the trees behind your back, they done moved on and started doing it to somebody else. You weren't the first victim. You won't be the last, but at least you'll be the one out of the victim circle to have some victory, to know how to deal with those types of people. You know, there's wolves and sheeps walking around here in broad daylight on two legs with clothes. They call humans. And you have to watch them just as much as you got to watch a stray dog when you go to your mailbox. Because if you turn your back too soon, they be on your damn heels. If you sit there and look at them long enough, they may eventually go on by their business. But at the end of the day, I still had control in both of those situations. So I go on by my business. You feel me? So I think those should definitely be the top two. It's just like, look, let time sort out your forgiveness. You know, you can either forgive to move on, or you can let time sort it out. I say put your forgiveness on layaway and go on by your business and let time sort that out. Because, you know, some folks, you haul off and put some shit on layaway, they'll forget that shit is up there. And then they haul off and get a check from Walmart or someplace talking about something. Here's 25% back of what you put down or what you put aside. Don't even remember you apologize. You don't even remember them apologizing and them getting forgiveness from you. Because you know why? It's been so long, they probably done went to somebody else and done it. Because you're not the first or last victim again. Sometimes you just gotta let go to move on, to grow. Like, look, if people don't appreciate your time, they won't worth your time. If they're not gonna help grow what it is that you want to do, they won't worth your purpose. And if so happens all they do is stress you out and make you feel as if like you doing everything wrong and you can't satisfy them, and the only time you get peace in the field is when, you know what I'm saying, you by yourself. Because the only thing that's fair in between love and war is the field. So, you know, you don't find no peace. That's a person that's just they're just toxic to your being. So not only is your being disturbed, and, you know, you can't concentrate emotionally, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you know, now you're sitting there wondering, well, what I want them around for? Well, they're good people. You know, there's a bunch of good people out here in this world, and I don't know none of them motherfuckers. And it's okay. Stay good and silent and anonymous until the good Lord sends you as an angel to help me, and then I will be there to meet you. But until the meantime, in between time, as long as I can see, smell, hear, or know when you coming around, nah, those things that interrupt your peace, being them being around, physically making it hard for you, emotionally making it hard for you, and spiritually hard for you of finding your peace, you need to let them go so you can grow. And it's okay. Again, it's okay. It is okay. Because sometimes what we need in those predicaments is what helps mold us to understand for our own self, for our own sake, what we're not going to tolerate. So don't be afraid to walk away. And if you're afraid to walk away from someone because they have something that can help you, like money, status, or whatever, there's more than enough resources out here, especially during this pandemic, for you to go and find some assistance. You don't need to keep going through all them gray days just so you can say that you made it to another, because that's not you making it. That's you struggling to survive. And we have a whole podcast about surviving life over in our warrior community. You don't have to put yourself through all that type of misery and pain to grow. Misery loves company, and it comes with a price. But you know what? If I'm going to have peace of mind through all the hell that I've been through, then you know what? I'd rather go ahead and pay the price of peace and go through all my trials and tribulations. So when it's time for me to receive my blessings in due season, because regardless if they're good to you or bad to you, in order for you to grow, you have to still water your harvest. You know, it's almost like crying. You still have to go through that in order for you to have a stronger crop. So ain't nothing of your life going to waste. But you have to know when the end of a season has come. So that way, when it's time for you to move on, because you will, and in due time, you just got to find something that fades out what it is that you entertained for so long for you to be able to move on. And eventually things will get smaller. But in order for you to do that, have control in knowing that you make it so that you can go and grow. You don't have to anchor yourself down to nothing that's toxic. That goes for streets, neighborhood, status, education, and gender. And age too, if I didn't say it. Everyone can afford to grow. But in order to get there, we all gotta go. Feel me? Which is what I'm about to do. So I will holler at y'all later. Be sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.
Close your tray table and stow carry-on items. Place your seat in the original upright position. Please stow larger electronic devices, including laptop computers, under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Secure smaller handheld devices in your
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything. Others willing to feel anything just to say they were there. Boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle, so 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on the brisk. A tall glass of liquor, please, we get a sip of this. Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young Coke there if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grip, I may get a grip. I may slapping 20s, lobster tails and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pimp, now I'm past Wayne Drake and going in.